Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. Vâng, from Noi, and now the headlines as usual.
Vietnam-Laos Intergovernmental Committee convenes. President receives Lao Minister of Public Security. Six countries' territories agree to reopen flights with Vietnam.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and his Lao counterpart thăm co-chaired the 44th session of the Vietnam-Laos Intergovernmental Committee in Hanoi on January 10th.
At the meeting, which drew the participation of leaders of 30 ministries, agencies and localities from the two countries, the two sides expressed their pleasure over results of their comprehensive cooperation in 2021. Among others is the cooperation in the fields of politics, economics and education. Last year, trade turnover between the two countries exceeded the set target, reaching $1.3 billion, an increase of more than 30% compared to 2020. The number of Lao students in Vietnam was around 14,000. Speaking at the meeting, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính affirmed that the event played an important role for the two sides in implementing cooperation activities, looking towards the successful implementation of the 2022 cooperation plan. For his part, Prime Minister Vnews said he believed that the success of the meeting will create a new impetus, bringing cooperation between the two countries into more practical and effective nature. At the meeting, 9 cooperation documents between the two sides were inked. On the same day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and his Lao counterpart Vnews had a meeting with businesses of the two countries. At the meeting, businesses from the two countries expressed their desire to continue increasing investment relations in our fields. They also expressed their wish to receive more support from the two governments. Addressing the meeting, Prime Minister Chính stressed the importance of Vietnamese investment in Laos, saying that in addition to the economic mission, Vietnamese businesses also carry out a political mission, which is to contribute to bringing a wealthier life to peoples of the two countries. For his part, Prime Minister Vnews said his country wishes to welcome more Vietnamese investors and is ready to create favorable conditions for them.
President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc hosted a reception in Hanoi on January 10th for Lao Minister of Public Security, General La Kham Phong.
Stressing the great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos, President Phúc held defense security cooperation as a pillar in bilateral relations. As the two countries will mark the 60th founding anniversary of diplomatic ties in 2022, Phúc asked the public security forces to increase joint activities so as to develop result-oriented cooperation and turn it into an exemplar of bilateral relations. For his part, General Villay informed his host about the outcomes of the earlier talks with his Vietnamese counterpart, General Tô Lâm. He thanked the Vietnamese Party, State and Ministry of Public Security for their precious support for Laos, especially in the trying times.
National Assembly deputies on January 10th continued an online debate on issues related to amendments and supplements to a number of laws. In the morning, deputies discussed issues related to amendments and supplements to a number of articles of several laws, such as the law on public investment, the law on public-private partnership, and the law on investment, among others. They agreed that in the new context, there must be timely amendments to some laws to have solved emerging difficulties and obstacles related to mechanism and policies. In the afternoon, the Eastern North-South Expressway project was put on the table. The lawmakers agreed that the project must be basically completed by 2025. They emphasized that the work of land clearance is among the toughest matters that need to be solved by the whole political system. According to the government's report, the project has an initial investment of nearly $6.56 billion. Its construction will start in 2023 and basically complete in 2025. Six countries and territories, the United States, Japan, Singapore, Cambodia, the Republic of Korea, and China's Taiwan, agreed to resume air routes to Vietnam, according to information published by the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam.
In order to meet travel demand of the international visitors, especially overseas Vietnamese returning home for Tet, the Ministry of Transport has proposed the government instruct relevant ministries and sector to handle procedures relating to COVID-19 prevention and control works on international arrivals, including RT-PCR test, health declaration, and vaccine passport. Besides, the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam is negotiating with the aviation authorities of France, Germany, Russia, and Australia to reopen international routes to these markets with a frequency of 7 flights per week.
Deputy Prime Minister Lê Văn Thành has directed competent agencies to speed up the construction of Long Thanh International Airport in the southern province of Dong Nai, striving to complete the work in the first quarter of 2025. The airport project has fallen behind schedule due to sluggish site clearance progress, with locality handling over 1,284 out of 1,810 hectares needed for the first phase to the Southern Airport Authority. Thành ordered the Provincial People's Committee to hand over all 1,810 hectare cleared land by February 2022 as committed earlier. Long Thanh Airport is designed to have 4 runways, 4 passenger terminals, and other auxiliary facilities to ensure capacity of 100 million passengers and 5 million tons of cargo a year by 2040. Covering a total area of more than 5,580 hectares, the airport will straddle 6 communes in Long Thanh district. It is expected to cost some $14.7 million, with the first phase needing over 109 trillion Vietnam dong. Located 40 kilometers to the east of Ho Chi Minh City, the airport is set to relieve overloading at Tân Sơn Nhất International Airport, another country's largest airport. Ho Chi Minh City's retailers have stocked large volumes of goods to meet the demand during the peak Lunar New Year shopping season and promise to keep prices steady. The Go, Big C, and Tops Market supermarket chain under Central Retail Vietnam has launched discount programs covering thousands of products such as confectionery, sweets, beer, wine, soft drinks, Tet decorative items, home appliances, electronics, and fashion goods. It has worked with suppliers to increase pork and chicken supply and also plans to stock enough vegetables, fruits, and meat to meet demand. Meanwhile, Saigon Co-op has stockpiled essential items worth nearly $263 million for the Lunar New Year in order to keep prices unchanged or even cut them. According to the city's Department of Industry and Trade, businesses have earmarked more than $480.9 million to stock goods. 80 businesses are taking part in the city's price stabilization program and have pledged to keep prices unchanged for 2 months, starting a month before Tet on February the 1st. As vegetarians make up a large proportion of the population in the countries that consume dragon fruit at weddings, it's a huge potential market for Vietnam's dragon fruit, according to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. And the ministry said Vietnam's dragon fruit export to India, a country with a large proportion of population consuming dragon fruit at weddings, went up quickly during 2019-2020, reaching over 11,000 tons and fetching $9.86 million. Experts suggested Vietnamese authorities hold regular talks with foreign counterparts as well as forming working groups and subcommittees in order to expand its market reach overseas. In addition, domestic associations and trade promotion agencies also recommended to cooperate with diplomatic representatives abroad on trade promotion programs to help firms improve their competitiveness in international markets.
Meanwhile, to sustain the consumption of Vietnamese fruit, it is necessary to hold more trade forums to promote the fruit worldwide and develop the domestic market to be less dependent on trade with China. In the near future, firms should also take advantage of free trade agreements to bring dragon fruit exports to the next level.
A gateway to the southern key economic region, the coastal province of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu is increasingly attractive to investors. Owning a relatively developed system of deep-water ports, technical infrastructure and transport structures, the southern province of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu gives priority to developing four major sectors, namely industry, seaport, tourism, and high-tech agriculture. In 2020, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu was placed 9th out of the 63 cities and provinces nationwide in Public Administration Reform Index, 15th in Provincial Competitiveness Index, and 2nd in Infrastructure Index. The province is home to 434 FDI projects with a total of over $29 billion. There are 15 industrial parks and 53 seaports developed and under planning in the locality. Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu said it will also further accelerate public administrative reforms. Last year, the province slashed time needed for delivering public administrative services by 25% and looks to cut the time by a further 25% this year. Surpassing Thailand, Vietnam has become an attractive tourism destination in the beginning days of 2022, according to Thailand's Bangkok Post newspaper.
In an article entitled "High Season Ends Early," the Post said despite being hard hit by COVID-19 in the last 2 years, Vietnam has become an attractive tourism destination to holidaymakers in the beginning days of 2022. Vietnam was voted by the World Travel Awards as Asia's leading sustainable tourism destination 2021. This prestigious award once again affirms the potential and attractiveness of Vietnam tourism to international visitors.
Farmers growing flowers and ornamental trees for the Lunar New Year Tet in Phu Lam Commune, Tiên Du District, in the northern province of Bắc Ninh, are all hoping for bumper season. While some happy with their gardens, however, others are worried about sluggish sales. Đỗ Thị M's family has been rushed off their feet, collecting all their colorful orchids. As many as 35,000 were planted to meet the increasing demand of customers. 1/3 have been sold so far. Mo must hire more workers in order to deliver the flowers to her customers in a timely fashion.
Despite the unusual weather, we have worked hard to ensure our flowers blooming during the Tet holidays. Our orchards are more beautiful than ever this year.
In stark contrast, many other flower growers in Doi Tế village are facing poor sales as customer numbers have fallen due to COVID-19.
Visitors flocked to our gardens in previous years to buy flowers. The number is down by half this year because of fears about the pandemic.
I arrived at the garden early to buy the breast trees. There are many beautiful crafted ornamental trees here.
A new spring has come, and ornamental tree growers are racing against time to take care of their pots. They hope that the pandemic will be brought under control soon, so that their gardens will welcome more visitors and their trees will sell well. And that's wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching. See you next time.